Everyone, good morning. My name is Mona and I am the Communications Coordinator for MBEC, and welcome everyone to today's webinar on how to optimize your Google My Business. So today's webinar is hosted by the Mississauga Business Entrepreneur Center, which is MBEC. Before we start off, I would like to start off with our land acknowledgement. So we acknowledge the lands which constitute the present day City of Mississauga as being part of the treaty lands and traditional territory of the Mississaugas of the Credit First Nation, the Seneca and Atawanderon and wider Haudenosaunee Confederacy, and the Huron-Wendat First Nation. We recognize these peoples, the Anishinaabe, the Ojibwe nations within the Haudenosaunee Confederacy, the Huron-Wendat, and all other people who inhabited these lands since time immemorial. The City of Mississauga is home to First Nations, Métis, and Inuit peoples. As a municipality, the City of Mississauga is actively working towards reconciliation by continuing to strengthen our relationship with Indigenous communities. We formally recognize the Anishinaabe origins of our name and continue to make Mississauga a safe space for all Indigenous peoples. So again, today's webinar is hosted by MBEC. MBEC is a part of the City of Mississauga's Economic Development Office. We are your central source of information and guidance for the small business owners and entrepreneurs. If you'd like to connect with us, we are currently working remotely Monday to Friday from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. We offer free business information and guidance, webinars and workshops, resources and tools, training and mentorship programs, as well as entrepreneurship programs. More information on MBEC can be found at mississauga.ca/MBEC. To view more webinars such as this one and other past webinars on various topics, please visit thefuturesunlimited.ca/small business/training webinars and workshops. So a bit about our team at MBEC. We have John Lamb, who is our Entrepreneurship and Innovation Specialist, as well as Susan Lovelace, who is our Small Business Consultant. And their contact information can be found on this slide if you'd like to contact them. So again, just some more contact information for MBEC. Our email is mbec@mississauga.ca. Our phone number is 905-615-4460. Our website is mississauga.ca/MBEC, and we can be found on social media platforms such as Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn, and Twitter at MississaugaEDO. And a bit more about some of the services and programs that we offer. So we do offer the business advisory services. Again, these are offered remotely. We offer legal services, accounting services, business operations, sales strategy services, digital marketing strategy services, as well as scale-up services. More information can be found at thefuturesunlimited.ca/small business/business advisory. We also offer our Start a Company Plus program. This program has free training in business skills development, free mentorship and guidance, as well as the opportunity to apply for a program grant of up to $5,000. So the applications do open up in July 2022. We recommend signing up for our e-newsletter on thefuturesunlimited.ca to be informed beforehand of the application due dates. And more information on the Start a Company Plus program can be found at mississauga.ca/Start a Company Plus. We also have our Summer Company program, which is targeted towards those aged 15 to 29 who are looking to launch and operate their business this summer. The Summer Company program can help you launch and develop your own summer business through free business training, mentorship, as well as the opportunity to receive a grant of up to $3,000 to help get your business started. Applications do open up in March 2022. So again, we do recommend signing up for our e-newsletter to be informed beforehand. And more information on the Summer Company program can be found at mississauga.ca/young entrepreneurs. So at this time, I will be handing it off to our panelist, Sahana, who is our DMS project coordinator.
Thank you, Mona. As Mona mentioned, my name is Sahana, and I am the DMS Project Coordinator for the Digital Main Street program at City of Mississauga. And along with my team of digital squad members, we are providing digital service to our clients here at the city. So a little bit more about the Digital Main Street program. We provide free digital assessment of your business. We help to enhance your online business and provide free one-on-one guidance, resources, and recommendation on growing digitally. So if you are a brick and mortar business here at the City of Mississauga, please feel free to reach out and sign up for this pre program by going to mississauga.ca/Digital Main Street. And a few reminders for today's session. Audio is available for speaker and panelists only. Camera display is available for speaker and panelists only. This session is being recorded and available after today's session. Please use chat area to offer comments and ask questions. Please put to all panelists. And lastly, today's presentation, resources, and a feedback survey will be emailed to attendees following today's session. And so last but not least, for today's webinar, we'll be talking about how to optimize Google My Business. This will be the last webinar as part of our digital marketing mini-series. We had including this one, about 7 different webinars regarding different topics such as TikTok, MailChimp, Shopify, and YouTube. So if you are interested in any of these webinars, they will be available on our microsite by the end of this month. So feel free to explore that page of our past recordings to learn more about these different tools. So without further ado, let's jump right into the presentation. And just a reminder, a recording will be provided to you and an email with the presentation will be also provided to you after this presentation. All right. So I will be sharing my screen now. So at any point of this presentation, if you find that you are unable to view the presentation, please let me know in the comment section. I can make sure to fix any issues, including if I do share any different screens and you're not able to see that, please do let me know. Alrighty. So let's get right into it. So how to optimize your Google Business profile. So you're already probably looking at the first slide and going, wait a second, it's called Google Business Profile. I thought it was Google My Business. So it's actually called Google My Business originally, and now they're transitioning into Google Business Profile. So it's almost the same tool, only a few little changes here and there, but they are transitioning the name from Google My Business to Google Business Profile. So just something to do, to just remember, just as you will notice this change and you will need to type in Google Business Profile instead of Google My Business at some point in the future. So on to the next slide, agenda. So in today's presentation, the presentation portion of this will be quite short, whereas I'll be focusing a lot more on the demonstration. So we'll be talking about what is Google Business Profile, how to increase your searchability, and then we'll be jumping right into the demonstration where I'll be showing different aspects of the Google Business Profile and showing you why it's super important to be doing your Google My Business or optimizing your Google My Business profile so that your customers and clients can find you. So as I mentioned previously, Google Business Profile is the new name for Google My Business. If you previously used the Google My Business account, don't worry, all your information will automatically transition to the Google Business Profile account. Honestly, there isn't a huge change. The huge part of the platform will look very similar. However, they are adding a few features here and there to really boost your profile and to really make it something that your clients will find useful. Next, Google Business Profile showcases the most important information in regards to your business in a concise manner. So why is this super important? You will notice that, and you probably know this already, people are always looking to find information in a quick, easy to read manner. With our social media, increase in social media and other digital sort of platforms, people just want their information really quickly and easy to find. So Google Business Profile provides this option or ability to do that by providing information in regards to your business in a very concise manner. And the next 2 things to keep in mind in regards to what Google My Business is really good at doing is 1, increasing your discoverability on Google, and 2 is to help customers find information about your business quickly. So these 2 things should be kept in mind when you're thinking about your Google Business Profile, and I'll be talking a little bit more about it in the demonstration as well. So how to increase your searchability. There are aspects of the searchability that you can increase, and there are aspects that are out of your control. The parts that are under your control is you should be using your business profile, and you should really put in as much information as possible on your profile. If that means putting in your open hours, your images, any announcements, any additional sort of like link to your website, so on, all of that should be filled in to really increase your searchability, because one, Google will notice that you're really utilizing the profile, and two, more clients will be most likely clicking on your profile and going into your website, or just looking and scrolling through your profile, and that shows to Google that your profile is actually relevant to the customers and will also again increase your ranking. Next, I'll be talking a little bit about real estate space. It's just a little jargon to show that when you have Google, Google is giving you this free tool to take up space on their Google search engine, and this is free space, so you should be utilizing that space. And again, I'll be talking a little bit about it in the future in the demonstration, but just wanted to mention that here. And lastly, it encourages you, they want you to really encourage customers to leave testimonials and for you to be responding to them as well. It just shows that you're really interacting with these clients, one, and two, that customers are really enjoying your service and leaving those testimonials behind. Things that are not under your control are sort of relevance and distance, and maybe not as much the prominence as well. So relevance and distance has to be with what the customers are really looking for. So if they're really looking for a particular type of business, if your business just doesn't apply to that, then in that case, they won't be discovering your business. Second, in terms of distance, again, a lot of the times customers are looking for things close to them. So if your business just isn't close to them, then they won't be sort of clicking on your business. And lastly, prominence. This has to do more with your overall search engine optimization or your overall Google ranking. So if you're ranking in general high on Google, your searchability will be high, whereas if you're not high on Google rankings, then you will not be discovered as much. So if this is, again, prominence is something you can control if you invest some money into and really look into your search engine optimization, improving your websites, and so on. And if you do have any questions and things like that, please feel free to leave them in the comment section. We'll be doing all the questions at the end of the presentation all together. So feel free to, as you're watching this presentation, just leave your questions in the comment section. So Google Business should be considered like any other social media platform where you're monitoring and updating information often. So it definitely is different from your typical Instagram, Facebook, and things like that. However, what I want you to get in the practice of doing is just making sure to check up on your Google My Business profile at least once every 2 weeks or once every month, just to make sure everything is up to date, that your information hasn't changed, that you're updating the photos, that you are looking at your testimonials and replying to testimonials, and so on, just so that things are up to date and customers can find the most relevant information. That being said, if you do find that you're changing a huge aspect, let's just say open hours, or you have a big announcement of the and change in how you're providing your service, do make sure to update that information as soon as possible. A lot of customers, do rely on Google search to find their information. So if this information is not up to date, then you will find that customers might come into your store when your store is not open, or will expect some sort of service that is not available, and this can really sort of ruin your reputation or credibility because of it. So now let's just jump right into the demonstration, where a large portion of my information will be presented to you. So I will be resharing a different slide. Here we go. So before I dive into how to even start or create a Google My Business profile, I just wanted to show you what it looks like to even have a Google My Business profile. So here's an example of a tea shop. And as you can see, you have your typical Google search engine sort of pulls out all these different links. But on the right side, you will find that you have this little space, actually not even little, quite a bit of space here to present a lot of your information. You have some space to provide some pictures, your open hours and other important information in regards to your business, like your address and so on. And then you also have the area to present information in regards to your reviews. And so this is quite a bit of information that you're able to provide to your customers. And again, this is free space. We call it free real estate space because you would find that, creating a website, doing Google ads, things like that actually cost you money. Whereas this space right here is completely free to you. So why not actually use it and use it to its best ability than wasting the space away? So do take an opportunity to start your Google My Business account to really to create this space and to optimize your page and to provide this information for your clients. Next reason why you should do that is a customer is looking for a shop. Let's just say they're looking for a tea shop near where they live. And they type in the tea shop, and as you can see, not only one tea shop shows up, but all these other options show up as well. And these most likely are your competitors. So what will happen most likely is that your customers will go through this one, they'll click on the next one because they want to find the best tea shop. And so as they're clicking on these options, what they're looking for are pictures. How does a tea shop look like on the inside? How does it look on the outside? Does it look presentable? Do I like the menu items? Do I find anything that I like to drink there? What are the reviews saying? Are people actually enjoying their experiences there? Are the items there, are menu items actually good? Things like that. So these decisions are made based on quickly scanning through all these different options. And so if this information is not readily available to them, they will move on to the next competitor. So it is important to make sure that you do include all the information as much as possible into your Google business profile so that when clients are making that decision on which place to decide on, they can choose your business. Again, a lack of presence will be doing the opposite. So if you don't have enough information, they will choose your competitors instead because they're providing a more trustworthy sort of presence online, and they will choose that tea shop or that business over yours. So again, if you haven't done so, do get started on building your Google My Business or Google Business profile as soon as you can. So when you do go to Google search, you just search in Google Business profile, and the first link will direct you to this page. So when you're on this page, do make sure that you are logged into your Gmail account that you use for your business. If you have Google Ads and things like that, you most likely are using one already. Do make sure to sign into that Gmail account as everything is associated to that Gmail account. So you would do that by signing in here, and then you would click on Manage Now. I'm just going to switch over to my next tab. So once you click Manage Now, you will be taken to this page right here where you will be asked to put in your business name. So just to remind you again, you do have to sign in, and as you can see, I am signed in. And right here, you will type in your business name. If there's already a business profile that was automatically created for you, but you haven't claimed it yet, this will be the place to do so. So you would just go in and type your business name, and you can go in and claim it. So I'm going to type in a new business name because I haven't claimed it yet. So I'm going to do Sahana's Bakery. And as you'll see right at the top, you will have a few steps to be followed to create your profile. It'll ask you for your business name, then your business category, and so on, and it will ask you for all these questions. Do fill in as much of the information as possible. However, right now, I'm just gonna skip this part just to show you that once you've created the profile, If you missed some of that information in the beginning when you were trying to create your profile, you can go in and add it after, and that's the most important part. Just try to fill in as much as you can as you go through this questionnaire, but if you find that you need to grab some of that information later on, that's okay. I'll be just showing you right now how you can actually upload it after. So once you clicking next, 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 and you finish all the steps, it will show that you will jump into this profile right here. So this is what your Google My Business profile will look like. It'll be called Google Business Profile Manager. And more than likely, if you just even click the icon at the top, once you've finished signing up, you will be able to come to this page right here. So what you will be paying attention to is the left side column. You'll find that it says home, posts, info, menu, food ordering, and so on. And so what you're supposed to do is to make sure you go through each one of these categories and see if you can add any information to these categories and really fill up as much information as you can on your profile. What I like to start off with is info. So right here, I created Sahana Bakery, and it says no location and deliveries. The reason that it says that is because I clicked that there isn't a actual location for my bakery. I am a home-based business, and if that was one of your questions, I believe I saw that came by, was can you create a Google business profile for someone that has a home-based business? And the answer is yes, you can. You do have to put in a address in when you're signing up, and you can put your home address. However, you can select the option to not share that home address, and the home address will not be shown. So because I selected that option, it says right now, no location, deliveries and home services only. So right now I'm only providing deliveries. Next, I clicked on service areas. So you can click on various types of service areas. So let's see if I click on this one right here. You can go on to click and select other areas as well. So I'm just going to do Toronto and Mississauga. And then if I want to do another area, I can go ahead and click that as well. So this is good. Next, I want to click on open hours, and what I can do is I am open on Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, and then you'll go in to type in the hours that you're open. So I will say I'm open from 9 to 7 p.m. and I'm the same as on all the other days as well. And apply. Perfect. And then you can add in special hours as well. If, certain days like, let's say a holiday or Thanksgiving or anything like that, if you would like to add in that you have, special hours for those days, do feel free to go in and add those days as well. Next, you can add your phone number right here. And then if you have a website, I will highly recommend creating or putting in your website link right here. This is extremely crucial as a lot of people, when they do click on the profile, do look to go into their website after. So do include your profile, your website link in here. Next, you have menu and products, which I'll cover in a bit. Additionally, you can add services as well. So right now it's providing me some additional sort of options. So I can do catering, for example, I do delivery. And then if you want to add any custom sort of services, let's say I want to do custom cakes, I can add that as well. So these are all that can be added. So you can add a bunch over here that apply to your business. Now I'm going to go back into info. And then right here, you can start to add some attributes. So you'll find that you will be given some examples of what attributes you can add, especially with very common attributes you should be adding. And I would highly recommend going through each section to see if any of these apply to you, as this can really help customers really understand your business a little bit more. And so I'm just going to say appointment required. If I'm not cash only, so I do American Express, Visa, MasterCard, and debit cards, and delivery and no contact delivery. So I'll put those as all my options. And if you want to really go in and search for more options, feel free to do so in this section right here. And then I will apply all those attributes. And then right here is where you put in your description. I had gone ahead and put on my own description here, so make sure to include that right here where, you know, if you have a very SEO heavy sort of description that you created for your website already, I'll highly recommend putting the same one here. And that will sort of make sure when customers are quickly looking at this profile, they're able to see what you provide. And then if you want to add in an opening date in regards to when you first opened, or yeah, it's usually when you first open your location or your business, you can add that information here. Again, you can add it if you're a new business or an old business, but if you're especially a business that has been standing for a long time, this is a really great place to sort of showcase the fact that you've been in business for a very long time and kind of builds that extra credibility. If you're a new business, again, people are always looking to support new businesses as well. So this information can really be sort of an extra bonus to any business in regards to when they opened. And then here you get the option to add photos. So when I click on photos, it will take you to this page. And if you've noticed on the left side panel right here, this section is highlighted as well. This is where you would click to go to photos. So just as a little heads up, every time you have some new photos, just go to the left side of the panel and click photos, and you'll be able to come to this page and add your photos in here. So already Google is telling you 3 different types of photos that you can add. Actually more if you keep scrolling onto the side. And these are the more common sort of pictures that they recommend you add. My tip for you here there are a variety of options. So let me just show you an example right here. So if I clicked on photos right here and did all, you can see that the top corner has all these different options. And so as you scroll through, you can look at all these options. So I would recommend, doing one about how the indoors of your space looks like, how the outdoors looks like, pictures of your products, pictures of your services, and all those pictures that you can really help to encourage people to visit your business and sort of build that credibility. You should definitely add your logo. So if I were to add a logo right here, I would just click choose, select a photo from your computer, and you can adjust to select perfectly and set your logo. Perfect. So now you have a logo. Next, it's asking for a cover image. So your cover photo should showcase the personality of your business. It is your preferred photo to be shown on your listing in search and maps. So this is sort of that first image that people see. So you want to add something that you think is best representation, the best representation of your business. So usually I like to choose, if there's a really good enticing picture of your products, I like to sort of choose that image as it helps to gain people's attention. And then next you can add in a video. So if you have a video of, maybe either special events or just how your store looks like on the inside, and or if you want to show videos of your food being made or your products being made or anything like that, you can add video choosing this link here. And then additionally, you would want to start to add in images of your food and drinks or your products, just so that people know what your products look like. So I've added additional pictures. And then lastly, there's the option to add menu photos. So it's quite common for customers to go into photos to find your menu rather than looking at your business profile info. So it is, if you want to share your menu, I would highly recommend you to share your menu, as that can sort of really it would attract your customers to come to your store. So here's an option to sort of take a picture of your menu and share a picture of that as well. If you don't share it, someone else will. So it's nice to just provide them a really good, clear picture of it. So do feel free to sort of add that picture here. So now we're done doing photos. So we've done info, we've done photos, and now we can start to look at these other sections that are available. So once I start to click here, you can see that I can start to add photos of my menu items and also add information in regards to those items. So let's just say I did red bean buns. Sorry, this is the menu section menu, so I'm going to do buns. And then right here, I'm going to do red bean bun. And then I'm going to price it at just $2. And then here I can say freshly made. And you can so on add sort of your full description here. And then you can add a specific photo that is associated with this menu item. So I can go ahead and just click on this and click add. And there you go, it has saved, and you can go on to add more items in this section. And if you want to add a new section, you would just go here. And if you want to do some other things like beverages or something like that, you can click here and then add those items here. So do you need to do a menu? You don't necessarily need to do it, but if there are little things that, makes a client decide between your business and another business, and this allows them to see your menu with ease, I recommend why not do it, right? And you can apply this concept to also if you're providing services and things like that. You can include it as sort of a menu and include your services, and they can sort of see what services are available so that in a quick scan they can sort of see what the prices are and compare you against other competitors. And then you have the option for food ordering. So this is where you can connect any apps that you are currently using, or if there's a food ordering system already on your website, you can connect by by adding the link here, or you can just connect with third-party apps over here. Then you have insights and reviews and messages. So if I click on insights right now, you're seeing that it says to verify your insights. So verification is a super important sort of step that is required in signing up to create your Google Business Profile Manager. And the reason for that is they just want, people to create legitimate businesses that are not, you're not creating just a bunch of random businesses, but they want to make sure that it is a legitimate business. So they do that by ensuring that you put in your address, so that they can send a code to you through mail, and then you can come in and put in that code right here. So when you are ready to verify, you can click on verify. You will put in you'll most likely put in your information in regards to your address, and then it'll ask you to put in the code. So when you do receive that code, it usually takes about a week to 2 weeks. Do put in that code to make sure your business profile is activated and available for customers to see. You will see that this will be available right on. So when I do click on home, it will say right here, verification is needed, because you won't be able to really use your profile until you verify. So when you're taking the steps to verify, you will need to provide your address, and then we will send a code to you by mail, and then you will come in to put that code in here. So that is how you verify. And once you verified your Google Business account, you'll have reviews, messages, and review messages and insights available to you. So insights allows you to see, the analytics, the simple analytics that are involved behind your business profile. Reviews will allow you to, one, encourage your customers to put in reviews to begin with, and then by verifying, you'll be able to actually respond to them. And as I mentioned previously, I highly, highly recommend to respond to your customers and thank them if they are leaving a good review, and if they're leaving a bad review or a feedback or criticism, do feel free to sort of respond to them and let them know that, one, they can either contact you so that you can sort of get in touch to provide them better services, or two, if there's been some misunderstanding and if you can clarify that misunderstanding. So do take the time. It shows that you are really, doing your best to provide your best services to your customers, and that you're really paying attention to providing quality services. Next, you have this option to message. You can sort of do this by connecting your messaging to your app. So you can download this app on your phone and you can connect this, and so that if customers do want to send you a question, you can provide them a quick answer by messaging them back. And then we did photos already. And then you have this option for products. So this is where you can start to add your actual products. There's a couple ways you can do it. You can you can connect third-party apps. I believe Shopify and WooCommerce are third-party apps supported by Google Business Profiles. So you can add those plugins into your Shopify site so that your products will appear on your Google Business Profile. If that is not something you want to do, because I would recommend that to do if you do have Shopify or WooCommerce, that would be your best bet. But if those two options are not available to you, then you can go in and create individual sort of products. Only thing you have to keep in mind is that if you are, keeping inventory and things like that, to always check in to see if you have those products still available, so that you don't have products that are not available on this page. So do sort of have to make sure you have to keep up to date when you're adding your products. And if you already have either Shopify or WooCommerce, I would recommend sort of just connecting the two, business profile and your e-commerce platforms, so that you can automatically just connect and update your product page. And then next is services. We've sort of covered this already previously, but if you want to add in more services, feel free to do so. And then the next two section is websites. So Google Business, or Google in general, provides a website builder. So if you did want to sort of utilize that function, you can. But if you already have a website on your own, do not create another one under Google. You just need that one website, and that's enough. If you create more, it's actually going to create more problems. So just if you already have a website that you use, that's great. Don't add any additional, or don't create a Google website just for this profile. Just use your original website. And then you have users. If you want to add additional people to your profile to allow them to get access to this profile so they can make changes, you can do that by adding them as a user. And then lastly, you have all these other little functions, like creating an ad, getting a custom Gmail, or adding another business. If you have multiple businesses that you would like to connect to this one Gmail, you can do that by adding a new business here. And then just a quick place to sort of get your business verified, you can click on this link here as well. Link to ads, settings, and support. So that basically sort of covers most of these sections that you can utilize on Google Business Profile. Another one that I didn't highlight that you could find very useful for yourself is to create a post. The one that I personally find is most useful is providing offers. So if you want to provide a special offer, like maybe a 10% discount, a 5% discount, or a free product, a small free product for in some way, I would do that by using this function right here to create a post. The reason why I might use this is if you really want to find out if people are finding you through Google Business Profile and you want to sort of track that specifically, then you can create this offer and attach a link to your website so that they can, like right here, you can link to redeem offer. You can attach your link right here so that you know anyone that uses this offer, they are all coming from your Google business profile. And so that way, you know, if you need to sort of invest more maybe on Google Ads or something like that, you can do that. If you need to invest more on Google Photos and things like that, you can invest more in those things. That's a great way to sort of use this function. Other way to sort of use this function that's super timely right now is the COVID-19 updates. Highly recommend that anyone and everyone sort of provide this update so that people know if you are operating or not. Just provide a little personalized message down here saying you are providing, you know, business, you're still providing services, or you have your business is still operating, and so on, just so that they know that they are confident that you are still operating and that they are not making any guesses if you're opened or not. And that is how most of the business profile manager works. And just to make sure, so you do sort of want to look at info just to double check that you have all that information in here. And once you do have all that information inside, then you will find that your profile will be updated, and you can once again, you can go into your desktop. So you can go into your Google Chrome on your computer to, you know, make changes to these information, or you can download the app, Google Business Profile Manager app, to make the changes as well. If you're on the go and you just want to make changes as you go, especially like, you know, business open hours or any quick announcements or adding photos or things like that, and it's much easier for you to do it on your phone, there's the option to do it using their app, or you can use it on the computer. Both, you don't have to use the app, you can use either. Both options are available to you. So that concludes my demonstration part of it, and I will stop sharing so that we can start to bring up some questions. Definitely saw a few questions that we can start to cover.
Yeah, thanks so much for that presentation, Sahana. And yeah, we can get started on the Q&A. So someone's asking, what do you do if photos appear in your Google business that are not you, yet they have your name and your LinkedIn profile? So I guess maybe she's talking about the images that customers upload on Google when they're posting like a review.
Yes, so you do have the option to look at those pictures. You can, from my understanding, I would leave all those customer images on your profile as much as possible, because those pictures just add to your business and to just build credibility. If you just have only images that you uploaded, it just shows that customers aren't really interacting with you. However, if you're finding that there are some pictures that are not appropriate or not related to your business, do go into the business profile to see if you can delete them. And if you're having trouble deleting them, do connect with the support with Google, and they can sort of give you, you can report that image and help you sort of remove that image from your profile.
Exactly. Okay. I know you had briefly touched upon this in your presentation as well, but someone's asking if it's available for online stores as well, like Google My Business.
Yes. So this is available now. It used to be that they only highly encouraged Google business profiles for people that had a actual solid location. However, nowadays they are encouraging, or not encouraging, but they do allow for any home-based businesses as well to create a Google business profile. Just understand that there are some rules, or it might be a little bit finicky if you have multiple businesses under the same address. Google Business really wants to avoid, fake businesses or fake profiles. So if it's just one home-based business that you are sort of creating, you shouldn't have a problem with it. As you're creating, they will ask you if you have a store location or if you don't, and just make sure to click that no option so that your actual home address won't show on your profile.
Okay, thank you. All right, so similar to the example that you showed with the LG Chai Shop, how would you go about including links to other social media profiles within the Google My Business profile?
Yeah, great question. So you do have that option to add links onto your profile, especially with just trying to find that on the page so I can share it. So currently, because I don't have my accounts connected, I will find that I am not being automatically prompted to connect my profiles to my social media platforms. But you do have the option to connect it to your Google My Business. I will sort of provide a link to how to do that in the comment section when I get a chance. Yes. There we go.
Okay. Awesome. Thanks for providing that link. So next question. Someone's saying that they've noticed some businesses have a question and answer section and others do not. Do you know how to add this feature if the business does not have it already?
Yes, so if you do go on to your Google Business profile on the side, you will have, once you've sort of allowed or verified your listing, you will get the option to open this up. So you just have to go into your reviews or your reviews. Once you verified it, it'll give you the option to add that little question section so that you can allow customers to ask you questions and then you can answer them after.
Okay. And in terms of your opening hours, what if you were only open by appointment? How would you mention that on your profile?
So if you are opened only appointments only, there are a few ways to do it. Some people do have the options where they put the open hours in, but in their descriptions they will, specifically mention appointments only, and in their attribution sections only do by appointments, just as constant little reminders. You will find if you are or if you're kind of afraid to sort of put in those hours and have someone visit you by mistake during those hours, just maybe do one of the days or few days that are just sort of drop in, and then the rest you can sort of say more open hours available in your description. You can say more open hours available by appointments.
Okay, that sounds good. And someone else would like to know, is there a way to rank or position your business on the Google search?
Yeah, so that will be a little bit beyond Google Business Profiles. Google Business Profile just helps to sort of build that profile for you. However, if you're really looking to increase your overall Google presence and your ranking, you'll be having to take steps like increasing your SEO on your website, and performing some of those search engine optimization tips and tricks to really increase it. It won't be specifically for your profile. However, if it's in regards to your Google Business profile, the best thing you can do is just add as much information as possible and increase your testimonials on the page. And that's the best way you can sort of push your business profile ranking higher.
Exactly. So like the more reviews that you tend to have, the more people that are interacting with your page, the more likely your page will be to come up. And I think the more of a social presence that you do have online, it helps to build that SEO. So having more like social media channels connected to your Google My Business, just again, like having more of a social presence, I think really helps.
And I think it's just end of the day, it's like how many people are really clicking on your link and really following through.
Hmm.
So the more sort of that, as Mona mentioned, like the more you're connected to different apps and you're really available, then you have the option to sort of more clients are more likely to click on your link and really look into your website and things like that.
Oh, for sure. And I think something else that a lot of businesses don't tend to do is add alt tags to their images,
Mm-hmm.
so ALT tags. That just kind of connects that image to a Google search. So let's say someone was looking for something like a chai shop. If you have that alt tag written and associated with that image, it'll pop up on Google. So that's another way to kind of improve your SEO. Okay, so the next question. Do you have to have a Gmail that's opened that's associated with the business, or can you use your personal Gmail? Let's say you did use your personal Gmail, would the public be able to see that address, the Gmail address?
No. So your actual email won't be provided to your business. The only information that's provided is the website and phone number, unless you go into the description to actually add in your email. That being said, personally, think of it from a business perspective. You do want to connect as many accounts and things like that to your business account. And then if you want access to these profiles and things like that, then you would go ahead and add yourself as an additional administrator to these accounts. It just helps us stay organized and clean. Also, in terms of like invoices and things like that in the future, if you need to sort of make those claims, it helps us see that it's under your business email. So, my recommendation is, as I sort of showed in the demonstration, you would go into that sort of users section and just add sort of yourself, or you can add your business and connect it mainly to your business first, and then you can add your personal Gmail after.
Okay, awesome. So is there a way to use, my website? Sorry, just rereading the question.
No problem.
Okay. So can you have one business name with more than one service under it? For example, if you had like a jewelry, beauty, products, or clothes.
Sorry, could you repeat that one more time?
Yeah, sorry, this is a little confusing for me too. Okay, can you have one business name with more than one service? Okay, so what I think is happening is, let's say you have one business, like an
Mhm.
actual business, but you've got different services under that business. Is it possible to list different services?
Yes. Google actually encourages you to do that rather than like creating different Google listings for each of those services. So you would just create that one listing, and then in your services section, you can specify what are the different services that you provide. And again, if you just have one website link that links to all those services, you would just put in that one link, but you should be including all the services under one sort of business name.
Hmm. And is there a way to ask your previous clients for reviews, even though they haven't searched you up on Google?
Yeah, for sure. So your previous clients, the only ways that you could do that is if you have access to their emails to sort of send out a little email, thanking them for their support and asking, to leave a review on your Google page or Google profile. And other ways is to honestly is just when you see them in person or in your stores and things like that to ask them to leave the testimonials. If you're not getting reconnected with them in any way and you don't have a form of contact, I really don't think there is a way to really ask them to leave a review unless you want to take that extra step of creating an offer that says you can leave a testimonial. For every testimonial you leave, you can get a 10% off your next purchase or something like that. And that might be an option. It's not something I've seen common, so do sort of take some precautions when you're doing that sort of offer. But if that's something you want to experiment with, go ahead and feel free to do that.
Hmm. Definitely. Is the Google website free? I guess like the Google My Business free. And do you know any sites that offer free domains or at a low cost?
Um, So for the first question, Google Business Profile is free. It is completely free to create your listing. And that is why I'm highly encouraging everyone to have a Google My Business profile because, again, it's free space that you can use. The second question in regards to domain names, I personally can't say which one's better than the other. You'll definitely have to do your own research and choose which platforms will provide the best domains for you. However, some options that I've heard about is GoDaddy, we have Namecheap, and then I believe some platforms such as Shopify, Wix, and Squarespace also provide some packages that include domain names as well.
Yeah, and I think if you're just like a beginner who's not very familiar with creating websites, something like Wix or Squarespace are they're very user friendly. It
Mhm.
might be a bit more on the expensive side compared to like GoDaddy, but again, if you want the ease of like, kind of having something that's ready made and doing like few changes, Wix or Squarespace might be a better option for you.
Mhm.
Okay, so the next question, if different businesses use the same location, does Google accept multiple businesses at that location?
Sorry, if Google.
So let's say there's like one building, and there are a few businesses that are located in that building. Would Google, like My Business, accept that?
Yes, so Google will accept that as long as you are like legally two different businesses and you can show that legally you are two separate businesses. I personally have had clients, where it's like a co-working space or it's a building where they rented out little spaces to different businesses and multiple people were able to claim that one location as their business. So it is definitely possible. However, some things to keep in mind is that Google does a audit once in a while, or sometimes there's a glitch or something like that, and where they will sort of not accept it or verify it, and in those moments you will have to sort of call support. However, I definitely have had clients who, there were multiple sort of businesses actually operating within one sort of building, and so they've all had to claim sort of that same location. So it is possible.
Okay, awesome. Someone else would like to know, so they're saying that they haven't broken Google's advertising rules yet, but Google removed their profile and reviews without warning. So I guess I'd suggest contacting Google directly for something like that, right?
Yeah, sometimes Google does have those moments where they have like hard suspensions, and it's really unfortunate because you do put all that effort. So I would sort of contact Google, and if you have an idea of what it might be because of, just have proof on hand that to prove if you are a legitimate business, for example, or um, yeah, if you are providing legitimate services, things like that, just so that when they do get on a call with you, they can sort of easily verify. But your best bet would be honestly getting on a call with their support team.
Hmm. Okay, so someone would just, in regards to the link that you had pasted, they're saying that Google doesn't allow you to explicitly include your social media links. It looks like they use their web crawler to scan your website for social media tags.
Gotcha. So let me just. So yes, so that's kind of where you will sort of need to read on that a little bit more. I can provide more information in regards to specifically that sections. Personally have seen just people including those links at the bottom, so I'll be more than happy to sort of provide more additional information in regards to how to sort of exactly connect your profile to your social media.
Mhm. Okay, so moving on, someone's saying that they have their business listed in Google, but it does not show up in their Google business account. It's asking them to create a new account. Are these two different Google listings?
Um, can you read that one more time?
So they have their business listed in on Google, but it does not show up on their Google My Business account. So I guess it's not showing up in the back end. Um, when they go log into the back end, it's asking them to create a new account. So they're just wondering if these are two different Google listings.
Yeah, so most likely, if I'm understanding correctly, someone else has claimed your business, or if
I think
you
that's what happened too,
claim that
yeah.
business, you might have claimed it under a different email.
Mm.
If that is the case, um, I would. first try to figure out if you've claimed it under a different email. Just try your different Gmail accounts and see if it's helping you claim it. If not, try to see if you're able to claim the business, but if it's really not allowing you to, then you would most likely have to go through support to reclaim it and let them know that this is actually your business and that you would like full access to it.
Okay. All right, so moving on to the next question. Is there any way to increase your sales and find prospects using Google My Business?
Increase your sales and find prospects. A lot of the prospect come from the fact that businesses are most likely clients are most likely looking for businesses in close proximity to where they live. So that's usually how you're gonna find newer clients. That being said, the best you can do is just update the information as much as possible and really build that credibility on your profile by including images and all the information needed. That being said, if you want to also add your products, you can also do that. Those are sort of the more main ways to do it. However, there aren't any additional. I would use other platforms like Google Ads and things like that to really explore getting your other clients. But you will start to find that most of what Google Business Profile is to basically provide information in regards to your business, but you don't really use that as a tool to um, sell products too much or really utilize it as like a shopping tool of some sort. It's more like a just provide that information that they can find quickly and readily available to them. Yeah.
So I guess it's about like directing traffic from that profile to your website, right? So again, like connecting your website, connecting your social media. It's more of just like a direction of traffic.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
Someone else would like to know, do you offer one-on-one help with Google My Business and Google Analytics?
Great question. Yes, we do. So, as I previously mentioned in today's presentation, I am part of the digital Main Street team here at the City of Mississauga, and along with my four colleagues, we provide one-on-one consultations for brick and mortar businesses here at the city. So, if you are a brick and mortar small business, free one-on-one digital support is available for you to help you sign up or to help you get used to some of these online tools. So to sign up to our program, I can provide the link right now. It's mississauga.ca/digital Main Street.
Okay, thanks for providing that link. And then another question related to the Digital Main Street program. Someone's saying that they are a brick and mortar office, but they're not. They do not have a storefront, and they're on the second floor. Does Digital Main Street still apply to them?
Yes, we can still apply to that business because you do have a solid location. We are sort of able to provide that service, so do feel free to start get in touch with us, and we'll be more than happy to provide one-on-one service for you.
Okay. And someone else is asking, they used GoDaddy and then they let go of that service. And they're saying that GoDaddy took away their Google reviews. They're just wondering how they would go about getting that back, and whether or not they would have to open up a new account. So the reviews were, I guess, removed. They're just wondering how,
Yeah. Personally, I haven't had an experience where I originally started from a third-party platform. Usually I start originally from Google Business Profile and then connect it onto another platform. So from my understanding, I believe you may have to create a new profile and if you haven't claimed the last one. That being said, do take the time to sort of contact support just to see if you can just gain access to the older account because right now it's probably not owned by anyone. And that way, you don't lose any of that old information. I personally haven't experienced that myself, so I can't speak on it, but I'm quite sure support can sort of provide you that additional support to get access to that account again.
And then someone else would also like to know how to reach out to Google for that additional support. So I do have the link actually just pasted. I'm going to put it into the chat. If you click on that link, there should be a few options on how Google can help you, and then kind of just take it from there to troubleshoot the issue. So yeah, we'd recommend clicking there. Okay, so next question. If you're looking for clients from anywhere in the world, what do you add as a service area? Or would service area be the proper place to add that to?
Yeah. So if you are looking for any clients from anywhere, yes, you can add it to internationally, or you could, add multiple, like the main countries that you're already serving. I would recommend sort of adding those areas. However, personally, I like to, especially if there's like a common area that you get most of your clients from, I would highlight that area specifically because you will find that those are the types of clients that are most likely searching you on the business, and you want them to like be attracted to the fact that you are in their area and you're able to provide the service for them. So if there's specific areas that most of your clients are coming from, then I will sort of focus on those areas rather than trying to cover everything and everyone. I think that's kind of the best bet.
Okay. Got a few more questions. So what POS, sorry, would be best suited for a business that operates from home? I guess that's not really related to Google My Business, but
Yeah, I've dabbled with Square here and there, but that's personally the only one that I've worked with. However, if you did want to connect with one of our digital squad members, they'll be more than happy to sort of provide some additional sort of resources in terms of like selecting a good POS system for yourself.
Mhm. And so when you change the hours on your Google My Business page, how long does that change take to become visible online?
That is a good question. I know some aspects of things take about 24 hours to change, but I believe the open hours information shouldn't take too long to change. Yeah, it shouldn't, so it should be very quick and direct. As
Mhm.
long as your profile is verified, there shouldn't be a problem to change it right away.
Yeah, typically since it does have to do with like opening hours, it doesn't take too long because I mean Google doesn't want your customers to come to you at the wrong time. So I can imagine that not being like a 24-hour turnover change.
Yeah. And just as a little heads up, if you do find that there are moments of unique scenarios like weather or something like that that avoids or that creates problems for you that you can't open your store, the section that allows for add special hours might be the best suited one for that because you're very you're targeting specifically that day and you can specifically say this is due to like the weather that you are not opened for the day so that people know that it is very specific to um, the event and not that you just only open on that time.
Okay. So the time is 11:08 right now. So we are over time, but if there are any more last minute questions, we can definitely stick around for a bit. If not, we can wrap the session up. Okay, seeing as there are no more last minute questions, I'd just like to thank everyone for attending our digital marketing mini series. This is the last webinar of our 7-part series. But do stay in touch with us on social media at Mississauga EDO on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and LinkedIn. We do have a few exciting events that are coming up, including the reveal of Mississauga's Innovation District and program on February 28th. So I will be pasting that link to register into the chat area. Feel free to register and yeah, show up on February 20th at 12 p.m. for the new reveal. And yeah, thank you everyone for attending today's session and we hope to see you soon.
Thank you.